and today I'm going to be working on making some of my fall wreaths, and I already have my supplies here from Hobby Lobby. I picked up some fall ribbon. I have this cute little fall embellishment. I've got some orange ribbon back here, and then also my twine. I've got a larger burlap here, and I'm going to be starting two different sizes. I'll probably start my larger one first, which is more of like my front door size, and then these smaller sizes I use in my interior of my house. And what I'm planning on doing for the larger one is I'm planning on using the orange around the top and the bottom on the outside, and then using this like kind of print in the middle, and then I'm going to just hang this fall embellishment from the center of it. And then on my one on the inside, I'll probably do a similar thing with the pumpkins and make a bow out of it, and that'll hang on our interior door. So I just wanted to share a couple tips with you guys as well. I made a number of these in July for my own front door and around the interior of my house, and then also I made some for friends and family in July as well. After they saw the ones in my house, I've started making early Christmas gifts basically. The one thing I came across is that when you're buying this burlap ribbon, I would go ahead and buy some extra all at one time, because even when you buy it at the same time, like I bought these two oranges at the same time, they don't always necessarily color match. So for one wreath I was using a blue and I ran out of the blue at the last minute. I went back to get some more blue and I could not get any that was exactly color matched. So the top part of the wreath was like a lighter blue and it was the same shade, but the bottom was just a little bit darker. So I would say if you think you're going to be making wreaths, I would just go ahead and buy one more little burlap ribbon thing than you think you might need, so that way you have extra on hand. Also, I have been using twine to attach the burlap and embellishments to the wreaths, and that has worked out great. I feel like it blends in more with the burlap and has more of a similar feel to the burlap as opposed to using wire or anything like that, and it also doesn't catch on anything, which is nice also. So I really have been enjoying using the twine, and I also make little hooks on the wreaths to hang it from the twine if the person I give it to chooses to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and start my fall wreath. I'll show you how I get started and just kind of check in along while I make my wreath. So I'm just going to use some twine to secure the first piece of burlap here to the wreath. I just arbitrarily picked a spot for the top, and I'll go ahead and start pulling this through to start my loops. I also decided to use the wire edge ribbon here in the center, so I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the middle part. Alright, and this is just going to be the same two-tone style wreath that I did in the last video that I had on this channel, I believe. And it's going to have an orange loop in the top, then I'll loop the pumpkin fabric here in the center, and then I'll do another orange loop around the bottom. So I'll just keep looping them in that order around the wreath. So I've already done the bottom, so I'll go back up to the top and then just push some of this through, and we'll just keep going in that order: orange, pumpkin, orange. Alright, so just continue to loop the three through. Orange, pumpkin, orange. So next I'm going to have some orange come through from the bottom hole. And I have a full tutorial on this listed underneath the chevron wreath tutorial. So if you want to know how to do the full two-tone, you can check out that wreath tutorial as well. Then when you need the next set of burlap, I've just been intertwining the two with some twine. And so I'll just connect these with two pieces of twine here. So just connect it by knotting them together, and then I'll cut those extra strands off, and I'll do the same over here on this side. And then with those two connected, I'll just go ahead and keep looping them through. Since the burlap is kind of a stiffer material, it actually holds its shape really, really well with the wire. So I don't really have to do anything additional. I honestly had really good luck with the burlap, and especially wire ribbon stays in really, really well. Alright, this one is getting there. I just have this last little bit to finish here at the top, and I think that this is going to be a great festive wreath for fall. And here is the finished product for this one, and I think I'm going to put a bow on the top of this one and then just have my little embellishment hanging down here in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and add this hanging from the wire here in the center, and then put a bow right here at the top, and then this one should be ready to go. And I'm just going to make a little bow for the top of the wreath because I want the wreath to be a lot bigger than the bow. And I'm just going to make this floral wreath style, so if you guys know how to make a floral bow, then it's just that's just what I'm going to do. And if you don't know, it's just laying it over so that you have the loops on either side, and I'll turn these when I fluff the bow out so that the print's on the outside. Then you just make a loop here in the center, and I'm going to use my twine to tie this all together. So here's what the rough version of the bow looks like. You can see I just have the twine going through there, and because this is wired ribbon, it pretty much just stays. So I'm just going to go ahead and fluff this out a little bit so it's just a cute little bow. I'm going to stick this on the top of the wreath and then hang the fall thing underneath it, and my wreath will be done. Alright, so there is my finished little bow, and I wanted it to be kind of rustic looking since it matches the burlap a little bit more that way, so I didn't try to get too fussy with it. And I'm just going to tie this on with the twine as well. You can see the back of my wreath is pretty messy as well. I don't get too fussy with them. And then on this bottom little wire, I'm going to go ahead and hang the fall embellishment, and then this wreath will be done. Alright, and there is the finished product. So just a little bow on the top, pretty easy wreath around the edges, just the two-tone wreath with the fall hanging from the center. And this is the finished project hanging in my entryway. So thanks so much for watching and have a great day.